I guess like unless you're like an industry plant, you're like getting big on social media is just like hitting the slot machine. It's a fucking casino.
Yeah.
Like I have looked at the YouTube algorithm for I don't know, like years. And like sure, there are things that you can do to like get your things to like do better in that algorithm, but it is just like hitting the slot machine. It's a fucking gamble, really.
Pretty much, man. Hey, it's Mr. Beast here, and we're gonna give $100,000 to anyone who can fight this really hungry, pissed off bear.
Hey, it's me, Jimmy Beast here, sponsored by Jimmy Beast Burger and Jimmy Beast chocolate.
Yeah.
Today we're gonna give 1,000 people free college, and all they gotta do is enlist in the U.S. military.
Yeah. Check this out. This is really cool, actually. They call this an AK-47.
Now, first of all, the first thing you gotta do is get up to your physical peak, which is very possible for all of us with a lot of hard work. This is what boot camp is for.
Yeah.
You got to do 150 push-ups, 10 chin-ups, and at least 50 crunches in order to get into the military.
Whoever can do 100 burpees gets a free magazine of ammunition.
See, I personally love the perks of joining the military. Like, I get to drive cool tanks just like I do in my Jimmy Beast videos. You can travel just like I, Jimmy Beast, do.
You could be like your favorite Call of Duty character, Private Soap.
You could just be like Captain Price.
You could be like that. You could be like that guy from Halo.
You could be like John Overwatch.
Yeah, and all you gotta do is fight this bear with no weapon and kill it and beat it.
And then you get to join the military for 4 years.
Yeah.
Is that you think that's like the hazing ritual? It's like you can't go to Iraq to do unspeakably awful things unless you like kill this bear with your bare hands.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's like yeah, I'm trying to figure out like what statement that would make. Yeah, like I guess it would like weed out the people who are like true, I guess, patriots. I don't know. Like, I don't think anyone was ever justifiably sent over to Iraq. It's kind of funny to imagine that they wouldn't let you over to Iraq unless you could like, yeah, like kill like a really pissed off animal with your bare hands.
So like at least you got to kill a coyote with your bare hands.
Yeah, we'll start you off with the coyote. That's like the novice level, and then you move up to like a big cat, like a cougar, and then from there you graduate to bear. Yeah, and a lot of people don't get past bear. Let me tell you.
Yeah, if you're gonna become a major, you have to punch the shit out of a tiger.
Yeah, you have to slap this tiger as hard as you can. That's step one.
You can't even like kick them. You just have to use your hands.
Yeah.
And you can't like they actually like glue your legs to the ground. They tie like cinder blocks around you so you can't like run away or anything. You have to stay in the same spot fighting that tiger.
We call it militaristic like natural selection. If the tiger if the tiger wants to kill you, it's just going to kill you. But if it doesn't want to kill you, it means that it smells honor in your blood.
See, it's like a video game, you know. It's like you can counter the deadly attack if you hit your buttons at the right time.
Yeah, it's all like a big like real life quick time event.
It's like Street Fighter, you know. It's just like when the tiger pounces at you, there's a small window you can do. If you punch it like at the right angle, like it just dies.
Yeah, it goes into slow motion for 5 seconds, and the music goes all weird.
Like everything goes X-ray, and you can just like crack its skull open. Speaking of, I'm gonna introduce a new segment on this show.
Oh,
because I don't know, I was on the TikTok, and you know, they're everybody's obsessed with like talking about dating. We need to talk about dating on this show.
Okay.
And I think a good format, a good place to start is a segment I like to call red flags, green flags, where I'm gonna give you a prompt. And you're going to tell me about whether or not it's a red flag or a green flag.
All right. I like this.
So, red flag or green flag. She makes more money than you.
Green flag. Because I can become a house husband one day if I want to.
So, like, how much more money does she have to make than you?
I mean, I'm not making a lot of money right now, so it's a pretty low bar. I would just say any amount more than me.
Okay. That's a good answer to red flag, green flag.
Thank you.
So red flag, green flag. She loves the pumpkin spice lattes.
Like, are we talking everyday drinker or like little treat once in a while? You know.
I think she counts down every day till it happens, and she gets it like not like every day because I feel like that'd be unhealthy, but she gets it like pretty frequently when it's in season.
I think that's a red flag for me.
Yeah,
I don't know about that.
Okay,
I mean, they're nice every once in a while.
I mean, they're a nice
you get,
latte.
like one or
too.
two while they're in season, but it gets a little old after a while, I think.
Yeah, it's like I feel like she should have more variety in her palate.
Mm-hmm.
She wants to ox in the car.
It's a red flag. It's a red flag and a half.
What if she's
She
like
doesn't want,
honest
she's
about
open to do it again. She's honest about it. You still know that, like, she made that choice at one time or another. It's really easy just to decide if you feel like you maybe are thinking about cheating on someone. You should probably just break up with that person before you do it. That's my opinion. I don't know.
See, personally, I believe in forgiveness, like Jesus.
Oh,
Yeah,
he's a prophet.
yeah. He was certainly profitable.
Can you walk on water too?
I don't know, probably. I haven't done it in a while.
I mean, I can walk on ice, and ice is just water. So I'm basically also Jesus.
Let's let the commenters debate that one. What?
We're just gonna move on from that.
Yeah.
Okay.
She calls you a slob, even though she doesn't listen to the Chase Mair show.
Red flag.
Yes, I
Red
agree.
flag. Listen to the Chase Mair show.
It's the biggest red flag I've ever seen. If your girl doesn't listen to or if your girl doesn't listen to the Chase Mair show, break up with her.
That was probably the easiest choice I've ever had to make.
No, me too. Red flag, green flag. She sometimes likes to slip in a finger while you're doing the deed.
My butthole is for my wife.
So like, what if you're married to
If
her?
we're married, then I'd say that's I don't know if it's like a green flag. I think we should discuss it first. But like, if it's like a first time and you're just kind of hooking up with somebody and you've never done it before, then she just starts with that. I don't know if I like that, because where do you go from there?
So like, at what date is it like acceptable for her to stick a finger up your ass?
I mean, I guess, like, how many dates does it take for me to get married to somebody? I think my butthole is sacred.
To each their own. So
Am I allowed to ask you the same question? Because now I'm just curious.
No, I'm an adventurous fellow.
Okay.
I think am I comfortable with it? I don't know if I'm comfortable with it, but I think it's important to be uncomfortable. You got to push yourself. It's a hustler mindset.
Get out of your comfort zone. Yeah.
And like, you know what? Maybe she sticks a finger up my ass and I love it. I think it might be the best thing that ever happens to me. I won't know until she does it.
That is true. Yeah.
Because that's a green flag to me.
I don't know. I mean, if she does it unconsent, like, consent is key. I feel like if she doesn't ask, even if I like it, I'll still feel like a little bit, oh, like, what's she going to try next?
It's a little rude.
Yeah, a little bit.
But you know what? I just like the idea of having a partner like push me, And if it means pushing her fingers in my butthole, then like that's valid.
That's fair enough. Yeah.
Red flag, green flag. She's killed someone.
Is it fucked up that I didn't answer right away?
No, I want to cook.
Why did she kill somebody? Was it out of self-defense?
No,
Do we have a motive?
there's a motive. It was a crime of passion.
That
It was premeditated.
it was premeditated. I'm gonna go with the red flag. I don't know. If you're gonna kill somebody, at least do it off the cuff.
So you're more into like the jazz type killings. You're not like into the classical like I'm gonna plan this for like a month.
I don't know. I think murder's like jazz. You just kind of make it up as you go.
So you're in it for the art form.
Yeah.
Okay, that's valid. That's okay. Personally, it depends on who she killed.
I mean, I guess so. Like, we could talk about this forever, though. There's an infinite amount of scenarios that would make it more or less okay.
So, like, if I listed off like a list of people, could you tell me whether or not it's okay and it's a green flag or a red flag?
Yeah.
A mall cop.
Red flag. He's just doing his job.
A guy who just put a ticket on your car.
Green flag. I hate those guys.
A guy who T-bones you at an intersection.
Mondays, as a red flag. Sometimes it happens.
Okay, yeah. A police officer.
Can I pass? It's a hot button topic. I don't want to say something I shouldn't. Because either answer I give, I'm going to have people that are that disagree.
Murder is wrong. Red flag.
Yes. That's exactly what I was going to say.
Red flag, green flag. She's in a lot of credit card debt.
Ooh, that's a red flag.
Yeah.
That just means you're not good with money. I don't know. It's pretty easy just to pay your credit card.
So you have no interest in like how much she owes at all, or are you like
I mean, you said a lot. How much is a lot?
like in the 6-figure range?
Yeah, no, I'm out. No, thank you.
So like, what if it was in the 5-figure range?
I mean, what did she buy? Did she buy like one big cool thing?
Like car repairs and stuff from Sephora.
Yeah, no. She has like a speedboat or something cool.
5-figure debts are okay if she's got like something cool like a speedboat or like
Yeah.
an Xbox.
Yeah,
Okay, okay.
an Xbox worth 5 figures. An Xbox made of gold.
Yeah, it looks like a really good Xbox.
Yeah,
So we're gonna say beige flag.
I think so. Is that what color red and green make? I don't think that's.
See, that's the. I mean, like, I don't think
We're just
TikTok.
picking a neutral color here.
I don't think TikTok people know like how colors work. But like, I don't know. I went to the gym. That was quirky. Nothing crazy happening there.
Mm-hmm.
Every time I go to the fly machine, there's always somebody on it, and I'm too socially awkward. I'm too scared to talk to them because they're bigger than me, and they're probably like nice enough people. I just don't want to talk to people at the gym, you know.
That's fair. At my gym that I used to go to in West Van, a lot of rich, very attractive old ladies there, and
Sorry, what gym is this?
can I? Is it if it's a public place? Is it doxing it technically or no?
I don't think so.
It was the Anytime Fitness in West Van.
Yeah, it's like a chain. That's fine.
Yeah, like it's not like that's where they live. Well, I mean, some of the jacked guys you see in there, you'd think they live there. But no, there was some very attractive old ladies there. And I thought maybe there was a chance that they were widows.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe they also had come into wealth because they live in West Van. So I was very polite to all the old ladies there on the off chance that they invited me to clean their pool, if you know what I'm saying.
No, I know exactly what you're saying. So like, did you like have like a cordial relationship with them, or was it like just looking over at them and sometimes you'd say hi kind of thing?
It was a lot of like just occasional polite small conversations. There was this one lady that I never spoke to, but man, she was eyeing me down. And I was too scared. I was too intimidated by her because she was very, very, very beautiful. And it terrified me.
See, you could have been living in a mansion.
I could be.
You know, you could have been added to the trust.
Yeah, and now I'm just at a karate dojo with a bunch of children that are half my age.
That's like the bad ending, isn't it?
It kind of is. I mean, like I'm learning how to fight now, but I'm learning how to fight children, which I don't know how effective that'll be in the real world.
I don't know. Like, it's a pretty good teaching tool. The stakes are pretty low. You're just learning how to fight children.
Yeah.
Did you start with like 6-year-olds and you started working your way up?
No,
so like
no,
now you're
no.
at like tweens or something, and now you're gonna get to like teenagers.
They put me
or-
in the class that's like it has a big range, but if I am doing anything, I'm fighting with the older of the kids, so usually like teenagers. But
As long as I can afford maybe like a Philly cheesesteak every once in a while and my podcasting equipment, that's all I care about.
I love me a good Philly cheesesteak, Chase.
Something about a good old Philly cheesesteak really gets me going, makes my day. Something about how they throw all that cheese on that bun. I don't know how they make it taste like Philadelphia, but they manage that and it's like incredible.
What does Philadelphia taste like, Chase?
I don't know. It's something you got to find out for yourself.
So is that what Tom Hanks in Philadelphia tastes like as well? If I took a bite out of his arm, would it just be gooey cheese and beef?
Like I wouldn't recommend doing that.
Damn, Tom Hanks is gonna have to live another day.
Probably also Tom Hanks in Philadelphia too, because like that character is like dead. Also, he had AIDS. I don't know if you want to like exchange like blood with him. You know, I feel like that would be dangerous.
No, that's a very good point. I didn't really think about that part of the main plot of the movie.
I don't know like if you can get blood transmitted diseases through like biting a chunk out of a guy, but I feel like
sure
that's
you can get. I'm pretty sure that's
that's
like the number one way to get a blood.
that's a
disease.
pretty active possibility.
Yeah.
It's like it's either that or you're sharing needles with them. That's like the most likely way to get it.
Oh
you
yeah,
know?
for sure.
But yeah, so I wouldn't recommend that. Also, because like eating people's bad and stuff.
Would you, Chase, if you like, if someone offered their body to you, said, I have a terminal illness, I'm gonna die, and I want you to devour me, would you do it ethically? Like, do you think ethically you could, or would you still be like, "Wah, it's human meat"?
Well, first of all, it depends on the terminal illness.
Okay, one that isn't transferable.
I'm thinking about the flavor. It's like, I don't know, like if somebody's got like a skin condition or something, like I feel like that would affect like the taste. I don't know if it'd be a good or a bad thing. We haven't done enough
More
research
salty?
into it.
No, that's true. Where's the cannibalism research on taste?
Well, I check out the Cannibal Cafe. I heard that's a very active form.
That's fucked, dude. That shit's fucked.
Yeah, that was a horrible joke. That was a horrible thing for me to reference.
Nah.
Like I feel like you'd have to I would pay for a professional chef. I think like that. You need like someone who's got like a lot of skills in the kitchen to be able to prepare that. You know.
From what I understand, it's the human brain that will fuck you up. Like there's like something that if you devour a human brain, it will like destroy you.
Well, I'll keep it in a jar
Psychologically.
for display, or maybe I'll pickle it and use it against my enemies. It's like, oh, check out this jar of pickles, and they just drive in there, and they're just like. Question: do you get heckled a lot when you do your shows, or?
I don't get heckled too much. I kind of got heckled last night.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I brought up age.
So, like, were they older than you? Were they younger than you? Like, what was the dynamic here?
Well, like I thought they were like it was like these two girls in the front row, and I was like, oh, like I'm 20, and I just heard like a aww, and then the other one was like, oh my god, and then like I looked at them, I was like, what the fuck is wrong with you? Like I'm right here, and then I was like, how old are you two? And they're like, you can't ask us that, and I'm like, I told you mine. Like, how old are you? And they're like, we're 21. I'm like, why are you fucking?
Yeah.
What's wrong with you?
It's like, oh, wow. Got high rollers over here. A bunch of 21-year-olds pointing and laughing at someone a year younger than them.
Yeah, 20 and a half.
People are kind of weird about the whole age thing, you know? Where they're just like, you hit a certain thing where it's just like they can just like point and laugh at you for being a certain age, but if you ask them that, they just throw it back at you. And I'm like, what's going on there? What's the deal with that? I never deal with the awes, like, you know, like I tell people I'm 23 and they're just like, fuck you, I thought you were 30, you know?
I don't think you look 30.
Well, thank you. I've been working on my youth and vitality.
Oh, drinking all that baby blood.
Oh, don't even get me started. Like I got like 3 babies on standby for that.
Oh, wow.
I got my baby guy. He comes in like whenever we cut on the show.
The stork.
Yeah. Yo, I got my stork guy.
I got my stork. We're like that.
He does some special deliveries. I still have an extra 20 every week, you know, on top of his wage, and he just gives me like 1 or 2.
Is there like a specific kind of baby you like more?
No, I'm an equal opportunity baby eater.
Wow.
I believe every baby has a merit to it.
Yeah.
It's like they'll have unique flavors, but I don't think anyone's like better or worse than the other.
Yeah.
It's like whiskey, you know. It's just like you're there for like the different taste of the baby.
You're there to enjoy the taste of the baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Sometimes I roast them in the oven. Sometimes I like to just like pan fry them. If I'm real lazy, I'll just throw them in the air fryer, you know. Air fried baby goes crazy.
Air fried babies fucking slaps, dude.
I don't know who decided to throw a baby in the air fryer for the first time, but they deserve a Nobel Prize.
Oh, yeah.
It's like, I don't know what kind of Nobel Prize. Is there like, if there's like a cooking one?
Yeah, for soy garlic air fried baby.
Well, I don't
Crazy.
eat soy.
You don't eat soy?
No, there's like a bodybuilder who told me it like makes me like feminine.
Oh.
I'm a masculine guy.
Oh, cool.
I work out. I have a beard. I don't express my emotions.
He's a man.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's a man.
I am the most masculine podcaster right next to Joe Rogan.
Chase Mair is one of the men ever.
Out of all the guys, I'm one of them.
He is one.
If Topher Grace, if you're listening to this show, there's always an open seat.
What kind of a fucking name is Topher?
I don't know. I think his parents like just weren't fans of him.
Like that's like a couple letters away from gopher.
Yeah.
Yeah. What
It's
the hell's
like-
up with that?
It's like naming your kid Melvin
Ugh.
or Eugene.
Melvin, come on the show.
No, Melvin, do not come on
This
the
is
show.
this is a casting call for all the Melvins out there. If your name is actually Melvin and your parents legally named you Melvin, I need you to contact Chase Mair, and I need you to come on the show just because we got to hear your life story. So any Melvin out there, or Eugene. I feel like I might have had a Eugene in high school, but I don't know.
I feel like Eugene was like a much more common name like 20 years ago.
Eugene's like something you name your like fat old cat that's like on death's door.
Yeah.
I have a theory that the more toys that you buy as a man, the less interested you are in having sexual intercourse. But I could be wrong on that. But I just noticed that there seems to be kind of an overlap of people that buy a lot of toys and then kind of give up, you know?
Yeah, it's like a filling the void kind of thing.
Oh, definitely.
It's the
yeah.
equivalent of just buying like a bunch of cats.
Right.
know?
It's kind of the male cat is
Yeah,
a toy.
I think so.
Yeah.
It's
When
just
I
like-
see a lot of toys, it's like, and especially if it's not like even, you know, you're not even going so as like collectibles. It's just like, oh, you're out here and like they're out of the box and shit, and they're just or like people that will have, you know, not. It's very strange. I don't understand. Jake at the studio, tattoo artist Jake, he has a lot of toys in his apartment, and I always find it very off-putting when I come in.
Does he
Who are
fuck?
these for? You know. He fucks, you know. You know, he does fuck, but he's kind of an exception, I guess, to the rule. But not, you know, he's not like a guy that's about that life.
Yeah,
you know?
it's like as people aren't defined by their watching movies, he isn't defined about how much he fucks.
right.
That
exactly.
doesn't define him.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah. Sorry, Jake. I mean, I don't think he's trying to be out here
Yeah.
claiming that his whole thing is about fucking, though. To be fair,
He's not tattooing "I fuck" on his his,
no,
like,
no, he doesn't have
pecs or
that
anything, yeah.
right up above mom and dad on the chest. Yeah, I like to fuck.
Mom, Dad, I like to fuck. They're
Yeah.
not related at all. I just, you know.
No. Really unfortunate placing, actually. Really unfortunate placement.
I was just like, I don't know. I was like kind of trashed, and it's just like I needed everybody to know.
Yeah, and I wanted to fuck the tattoo artist that was giving it to me, you know?
They didn't get my signals.
No, they did not. They did not.
And it's just like I just can't find a woman, no matter how hard I try. It's like I try and get those tattoos. Most of the time, I just go to a coffee shop and I just stare at women, and they never approach me.
No, it's weird. It's weird. It's almost like your life isn't a movie. And
See, they
you
just
kinda-
don't know I'm the main character.
Yeah, they don't know you're the main character.
See, like I make fun of everybody for saying they're the main character,
But
but they don't know I'm the main
They
character.
don't know
yeah.
I'm the main character. Yeah.
So when are we going to talk about plane crashes?
Well, I have an itinerary.
Okay. Jumping the gun.
You know, we can talk about plane crashes eventually. You know,
Okay.
I've been doing a lot of research. It's crazy stuff. You know.
Yeah. Did you watch the intro I sent you?
Yeah, all like several intros.
Yeah.
You didn't realize like because you're talking about Mayday. You know, the Canadian plane crash show.
Yeah.
And for like the longest time, I thought that was like a Spike TV thing. You know, like 1,000 Ways to Die. It's just like how many plane crashes can we come up with? But I like sat down and watched an episode, and they're like very in depth.
Which episode did you watch?
It was like one where is in Buenos Aires,
Yep.
and it's like the plane's taking off, and they forget to like put up their flaps or something like
Oh,
that,
classic.
and it just goes straight. It goes straight forward into.
Sorry, Chase. Are you laughing at a plane crash?
No,
right now?
no. Sorry. We can cut this. Anyways, so it goes straight forward into a highway. It goes straight forward into a highway and then crashes into into a gas refinery. That's
Sounds like a bad joke, hey?
yeah.
You know, when the shit hits the fan, this is when the airplane hits the gas refinery.
You're like, why is there just like a packed highway in a gas refinery right next to the runway?
Top 10 things you shouldn't put next to a runway.
But yeah, like 300 people died.
Yeah, that's
It's-
unfortunate.
It was pretty sad.
Yeah.
So it's interesting when they get like the victims to like come on the show and be like,
Right.
the plane crashed.
But they didn't have any victims to interview in this one, I reckon.
No, they had one. There was like one
Oh.
survivor.
Look at that.
So it was interesting because like I watched like a couple of them, and it was
Right.
just like nobody had like very severe burns. It didn't look like.
Right.
Which I figure that's just like something that just happens.
No one had burns after crashing into a gas refinery?
Well, just like any other plane crash.
Oh,
you
got
know.
it.
The lady who crashed in the gas refinery, in fact, didn't have burns.
Wow.
She's very lucky.
She is.
I guess if she was more lucky, she wouldn't have been in the plane crash.
That's true. And she should count her blessings.
We're all gonna cut this. We're gonna cut me laughing at all the people
No, keep it.
dying. I think like in order to get engagement on the show, I really need to introduce more mysteries.
I think so. Yeah.
It's like more open-ended stuff. Like I don't know, like maybe we could do like a cicada thing.
Ooh,
That'd be pretty cool.
bugs.
Yeah, like we get more bugs involved. We set up some funny little puzzles, and we get all the fans to figure out the puzzles, and they're going together, and they're like, oh, I gotta decrypt this thing, and then it's like just like a secret episode or something. I think that'd be fun.
They have to find a hidden word in every episode, and then in like 1,000 episodes from now, they'll have a whole message spelled out.
But I'm not gonna like tell them what word it is. They have to figure it out themselves.
It's a long-term game.
Some people would say that I'm making this up as I go along, but they're wrong and stupid because I'm a genius.
Absolutely.
This is cicada, but like there's actually going to be an end to it. It's not just going to be like some like federal agent thing, you know?
Wait, what do cicadas and federal agents have to do with each other?
Nothing other than the fact that the cicadas are federal agents. Like, you ever seen a cicada before? In the same room as a federal agent?
I'm scared now. Now I'm scared of cicadas. I was scared of them before, to be fair. They're big, scary bugs, and I don't like them. But now that I know they're federal agents, and they could arrest me at any time.
What a dumb fucking animal. Like, oh, what? They sleep for 17 years straight, and they go out for like, what, like a week? And they go back to bed for 17 years? What a waste of fucking time.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just like hibernation, but way longer.
It's like, I sleep for 17 years straight. I'm a failure and a loser. But it's okay if they do it. What the fuck's going on with that, man?
I mean, if you slept for 17 years straight, though, imagine you just wake up and you look completely different. Your joints would all hurt. I sleep for 8 hours and I wake up and everything hurts. And I'm only 24 years old.
Yeah.
I'm already breaking down.
If you sleep for 17 years straight, you just wake up as a cicada.
That's the secret.
And then you get a formal invitation to the FBI.
That's how you become a federal agent. That's what they don't tell you. That's why you never see any like young federal agents. They're all middle-aged
cicadas.
gentlemen.
Yeah.
Because they decide as soon as they graduate high school that they're going to go to sleep for 17 years and wake up as a cicada.
So Bobby, he went into his cocoon 3 years ago. We're really proud of him.
Only 14 more and he'll be a bug.
He'll be a bug, and goddamn, he's gonna serve his fucking country.
Amen, brother.
Tubi. What a great service.
The greatest streaming service.
Watch Miami Vice on Tubi.
Oh, that's a great movie.
It's a very good movie.
That's a weird way to watch it.
I mean,
It's a way to watch it.
it's a way to watch it, yeah.
That's true.
It's like, I wish my hairline was as good as Colin Farrell's was in that movie. And I could have grown like the mustache that he did.
Yeah, I have the hairline, but I just don't have the facial hair. I like freshly shaved myself for this occasion today, and I can't grow fucking facial hair. It sucks. I want his like handlebars.
Well, yeah,
He's so hot.
you could like dye it.
That feels cheating. You know, that feels like, I need to reach a point where I can actually do it myself, or else I'm just gonna not be satisfied.
It doesn't matter how you do it as long as you cross the finish line.
It's true. It's true. So that's why during marathons I just drive my car all 5K. I'm like, you morons, why are you running? Just drive. Fucking, I'll get the medal anyway.
Yeah, what a
Suck my dick.
Yo, what a just stupid fucking idiots.
Stupid fucking idiots.
It's like, oh wow, you took a road trip to go down to fucking Seattle. How about you just take a plane?
Yeah,
moron?
asswad. What the hell's wrong with you?
Oh,
huh?
you bike to work? Yeah, I have my car. How would you get into the 21st century, moron?
See, I drive my car to work, and then I have a separate car at work that I drive home.
Yeah,
I just have two cars, and because I just like the choice.
it's just like, oh wow, is this commuting car 1 or commuting car 2? You know?
Yeah, this is my morning Rolls Royce. Yeah, and my afternoon Porsche.
And I got my weekend Lamborghini.
Oh, God, that must be nice.
And of course, my holidays Range Rover.
Ah, yes, for when you have to see the folks, see your 8 ex-wives who still have feelings for you.
Don't even get me started on the Christmas G-Wagon.
Ugh, filthy.
That only comes out for Christmas.
Yeah, that's I call that one Santa's sleigh. You know,
I like to call it the wedding dress of cars.
The wedding dress of cars.
Because I'm only gonna drive it once. One EMP goes off, and there goes the Chase Mair show.
Yeah, it's just gone forever.
Burning the Library of Alexandria.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you think the Egyptians might have had podcasts back in the day, and everyone was just sitting around?
Yeah.
What was the equivalent of a podcast? Just a one-man show out on the street?
So yeah, this week on my podcast we have the Pharaoh.
So, Pharaoh, what are you gonna do with those rising tides? You know?
Yeah. What are your thoughts on building another pyramid? I think we could go for another one.
Yeah. Why don't we build more pyramids now?
That's a good question. They're
Let's
pretty fucking cool.
You know what? Jeez, let's just fucking cut the shit, okay? Let's just cut the shit.
Yeah.
Why don't we build more pyramids now? You know?
Well, I didn't want to spoil the ending of the show.
Oh,
but we
God.
got a couple bricks and we can start laying them down.
Oh no. We could start today.
I think like the modern equivalent to the pyramids is just like the Bass Pro one, I guess.
Yeah, the Bass Pro. The modern mall really is actually, when you think about it, most pyramids that you see now are just those glass tips at the tops of malls.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the West Edmonton Mall is like the biggest like wonder that we have in this country.
What a marvel to the world. Something that will stand the test of time, like all the other monuments.
I shed a single tear when I think about the West Edmonton Mall, not out of sorrow, but out of joy. This is what humanity's accomplished.
Yes, Spencer's Gifts. 3 Spencer's Gifts in the mall.
I walk up to a Spencer's Gifts and I just salute
Yeah, why
humanity's accomplishments.
Why does it feel like they would if it's the largest mall, every mall has to have a Spencer's Gifts. So that's one of the fundamentals of the mall. You need to have a Spencer's Gifts. So I feel like the West Edmonton Mall must have like 3 because it's such a big mall, you know?
Yeah. They got 4, one for each corner.
Yeah. Or maybe they've got just like a Bass Pro style big unit.
They got the
Spencer's Gifts.
They got the Spencer's pyramid.
Yeah, they've got the Spencer's outlet.
It's just shaped like a dildo.
And a big fake pair of squishy boobies, you know?
I think maybe I'll be an entrepreneur one day.
Yeah?
And I guess this is like, I don't know, is a podcast a business? I guess it is.
It can be. You can write off expenses and stuff. You could write off like the white balance card you bought.
Oh shit, yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna do that.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. I feel like I don't think I'm sociopathic enough to like kind of hit the entrepreneurial streak, you know? But I feel like I could get there.
Yeah.
You know, like I see the seeds in myself where I could work towards being a sociopath if I really went towards it, you know?
Yeah, you just got to watch like American Psycho a few more times.
I got that on loop.
Nice. Just playing while you sleep.
When I was working out, when I was starting off doing that, I'd always think of like the intro scene where Patrick Bateman's like in his apartment and he's just he's like talking about his workout routine. He's like doing like 100 crunches in his like massive apartment. I'm like, that could be me one day.
Oh, dude. And his entire body is so smooth. Like all of his skin is so very smooth in that scene.
It's so smooth yet so sculpted. He's like Michelangelo's David, but like he's like a guy.
And then he like peels off his fucking face.
And I thought to myself, yeah, that's just like what I do every morning.
Yeah, just like me for real.
Yeah. Move aside Ryan Gosling, because like, you know,
there's a new Ken in town.
There's a new Ken in town, and he's killed a few more people.
He's got a little cooler of an edge about him.
People are talking about Barbie. Let's talk about American Psycho again.
Let's do it.
Nobody ever talks about that movie.
Let's bring it back. I've never heard anybody talk about American Psycho ever.
It's pretty underground. I'm not sure. Like, I don't know if the audience has heard of this one.
No, I don't know. Do you listen to the Smiths? Super underground.
I mean, I've heard of them.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. I'm a big fan of Morrissey. I know he made music though.
I went on the factory tour at Boeing actually one time, and all the employees, they have this catchphrase. You want to know what it is?
Yeah.
If it's not Boeing, I'm not going.
That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
Do they have that on T-shirts?
Yeah, they do. They have it on books
shirt?
and T-shirts, and they have it on everything. Whoever came up with that in the marketing department is reaping in the rewards, and I tell you that for free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like the Huawei guy
Yeah.
saying my way or the Huawei.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I didn't know they said that actually.
I can't tell if that was fake news or not, but I read it in a headline once.
I like it.
Like, you just like saying
You should
that.
pitch that to him. Maybe they'll be the sponsor of this episode.
Well, I mean, like I have shown my phone, my Huawei phone. Do you guys know like the name of like any Huawei phones? Can you even buy a Huawei?
Huawei.
Can you buy a Huawei phone anymore?
Huawei P30 Pro.
Well, I just love my Huawei P30 Pro. I like the photos it takes. I like how it's a very functional smartphone, yet it's sleek and classy.
And you're gonna get it one way or another.
That's right. So use my coupon code. I'll add the coupon code in a post
Okay,
to like
cool.
dub it over.
Yeah.
Don't even get me started on the Huawei watch. Now, I've never been a watch guy myself, but if I were to get a watch on my wrist here, it would be a Huawei watch, which would really complement my Huawei P30.
That was good.
They're cohesive. They come together really well. And I just love technology, especially ones by Huawei. Get in quick. Buy yourself a Huawei phone before 2024, before the government bans them. But yeah, dogs, how about them?
Yeah, how about dogs, man? Yeah, speaking of dogs, actually, have you seen this before?
That is a crazy looking dog.
Yeah. Do you want to describe what you're looking at on my phone?
Yeah, I can describe what I'm looking at on your phone. Yeah, that's a man's asshole. He's showing me goatsy.
It's Goatsy. That's correct. I have one fun fact about Goatsy, actually, that I learned of today.
He's got a good asshole.
He's got a good asshole, and B, his name was like Kirk Johnson, which if you're gonna be the guy who did Goatsy, your name's gonna have to be Kirk Johnson. I feel like that's kind of a perfect vibe.
It does fit, although like he's not really known for his Johnson, is he?
No, but it's like he might as well name himself like Michael Butthole or something.
Johnny Prolapse.
Johnny Prolapse, yeah.
Like whatever it's like to poop for that guy, you know. Like does he just fall out?
It probably, yeah. I
Does
mean,
he have to wear diapers?
I mean, it doesn't look like. Yeah, he must have to wear diapers.
So I think that's like an old picture. That's from like 20 years ago, like Nickelback. You know, it's like he's probably like in his 50s now.
Yeah. Oh, I think he was like in his 50s when that photo was taken. I think I've seen pictures of like his face. He's like kind of an older guy.
Oh yeah, he looks like he was a middle-aged guy. Yeah.
There was a death rumor about him a couple years ago that he died trying to shove like a whole volleyball up his ass.
I mean, what a way to go.
Yeah, but people I think have conflated the facts. I don't know. I can't confirm whether or not he's dead, but
Well, it's like I feel like if he's dead, it's probably like due to something mundane though. I just think with like it's like the jar guy, you know, like the jar guy. Everybody thought he died, but he was just like fine.
yeah, you know.
He's just a freak who liked to shove jars up his ass.
Well, I don't know if he was fine. He did like have like a million shards of broken glass cut his ass apart. But after that, like
he walked it off.
he walked it off, man, and that's the big lesson. You
Just walk it off.
when life gives you lemons, make lemonade.
Sometimes life shoves a jar up your ass and it breaks, but sometimes you gotta shove cotton on there and then just go
Yeah.
back to work.
Yeah, dude. And then his ass made lemonade. Human lemonade.
I'd imagine just like that guy probably has pretty bad poops too.
Yeah, out of all like the crazy meme ass themed content from like the early internet, I think he probably had the most painful poops.
Probably, yeah. I mean, it's just like when you're like the idea of getting like an injury on your asshole just sounds like the worst because it's like how do you like heal that without it getting like infected, right?
Yeah. I guess like how does like a poop sack work? Do they like is it like a tube that like leads to a sack around your leg that like
I think so, yeah.
awesome.
But I don't think he had a poop sack.
No, I know. I'm just spitballing right now. Like how could this guy like get the poop out without it like inflaming, you know?
I think he just toughed it out, I guess.
Damn, that's so hard.
We should get poop sacks.
We should get poop sacks, dude. Yeah.
We wouldn't have to wipe ever again.
No, fuck that.
Can I tell you about a joke that I've been writing? It's not done yet,
Yeah.
but because I don't think I've ever seen anyone make this joke before. But I've been writing a joke about advocating for dogs having lower lifespans. Because I feel like I've never seen that joke told before for good reason. No one wants dogs to die. But it just came to me one day when I was thinking about how people, anytime their dogs died, they're like, I wish they could have lived longer. And I'm like, it would be way more heartbreaking if your dog died, if it lived 24 years. Like,
Yeah.
I would That's like a family member at that point if they die.
Yeah.
But if dogs lived as long as like gerbils do, which for me when I was younger was like months because they're great. You don't have to feed or water gerbils. You just get
They
them
just
and then
hang
you,
out,
you,
yeah.
just toss them after a couple weeks or something. If dogs live that long, I would not be as upset.
Yeah, it's like
when
you
they
got
go.
you got like a 3-week pet.
Yeah.
Or a 3-year pet at most, you know.
3-year pet, that's a perfect time to have a pet.
That's a great ratio because you're not tied to that animal for like a decade. And,
Yeah.
you know, say you got to move house and like your landlord is just like no pets, you could just toss them out. They're like disposable. They're easy to get rid of.
Like my dog, he had seizures and died when he was 7, but he realistically he probably could have lived to like at least 12.
Yeah.
If he hadn't gotten sick. And like I was very sad when he died. But I was like, fuck, if he had lived till he was like 10, oh my God. Like I would have been so much sadder for so much longer.
Yeah. Because like my dog like died like under pretty similar circumstances. She had like skin cancer or something like that. And just like the consultation to go to the dog dermatologist was just like, it was to the point where it's like, it's not worth it. We'll just put her down. She's like miserable.
I think it's just dogter is what is the word you were looking for.
Yeah. The dogatologist.
The dogtologist.
Yeah, so like I remember the day it happened because my dad like picked me up after school, and he gives me like because it was like I don't know like a week before my birthday, and he drops me off. He like gives me like 2 concert tickets because like Megadeth was in town. He's like, "Oh, son, here's some concert tickets. Like the show's like I don't know in a couple days. You can bring a friend. Also, your dog's dead." We put her down.
Oh man, that's
Like,
rough.
I don't know how to feel right now, Dad.
Yeah. No, I was in the room when mine was put down. And I wanted to keep his collar for sentimental reasons. I still have it to this day. It hangs in my car. But I forgot to take it off before we put him down. So my parents were like crying. I was crying. We were getting up to leave. And then I went, oh, I forgot his collar. And I had to go back into the room where my limp, dead dog was. And I had to lift up his like not yet crystallized head. I forget what the word is. What's it called when they kind of lock up?
It was like rigor mortis.
Rigor mortis. Yeah. So I had to lift the collar off of his floppy dead head. And I'm surprised I didn't cry harder when that happened. I think like my coping mechanism has always been humor.
Yeah.
So in that moment, the funniness of me lifting up a floppy dead dog circumvented the sadness that I felt about it being a thing that I had cared for.
Yeah, it's like a Larry David bit at that point, you know?
Yeah. Like, I had a similar thing happen. My ex-girlfriend, her dog died in their house. Like, it had been sick for a while, and it just kind of like just one night walked into its room, fell asleep, and died. And rigor mortis hadn't set in yet. And her dad was like, I'm going to move the dog onto a bed so it's not on the floor. And he lifted the dog up like you would normally lift up a dog. So he had like one hand under the bottom legs, one hand under the top legs. Or if you're thinking of the dog in horizontal terms, one hand under the front legs and one hand under the bottom legs.
Yeah.
And the dog just flopped in the middle and sank back to the ground. And it took every fiber of my being not to laugh. And I held it in. But then I finally got a laugh out when the dog's tongue was like way out of its mouth, and her dad pushed the tongue back in, and I broke. That was the moment I started laughing. It was really sad. Like I cared for that dog.
Yeah.
But it's just like I hope that when I die, something similar happens to me. Like I hope that I'm paraded around for a little bit.